The writers' room was buzzing with the usual energy. Half-caffeinated writers huddled over laptops, flipping through scripts and story bibles. At the center of the whirlwind were Georgie and Mandy, the dynamic showrunner duo of CBS's hit drama, Tangled Vows. The show had captivated millions with its sharp writing, compelling characters, and the slow-burning tension of a marriage teetering on the edge. But today, the air was thick with anticipation. The question hanging over the room, and over the show, was the same one fans and critics alike had been asking for months. When will the divorce happen? Georgie, the seasoned showrunner with a penchant for complex characters, and Mandy, the younger, fiercely innovative co-leader, were about to discuss the pivotal moment that would change the trajectory of the show. It was the kind of moment that could either make the series soar or send it spiraling into melodrama. The setup, a marriage unraveling. Tangled Vows had built its foundation on the marriage of Claire and Mark Reynolds, two ambitious professionals navigating the demands of high-powered careers, raising a family, and confronting secrets that could unravel everything. The writing had always danced on the knife edge between loyalty and betrayal, love and resentment. Georgie leaned back in her chair, sipping her black coffee, eyes scanning the latest script draft. Mandy, this whole will-they-won't tension about the divorce, it's the show's heartbeat. But we've been teasing the breakup for 10 episodes now. If we don't make a move soon, the audience might lose patience. Mandy twirled a pencil thoughtfully. True, but the strength is in the suspense. The show's about the slow burn, real, messy, layered relationships. Divorce is a big deal. If we rush it, we lose that emotional payoff. Georgie nodded. I get that, but we also have to think about packing. The network wants the mid-season finale to be explosive. That means we need a major turning point, the divorce filing, a confrontation, something definitive. The creative tug-of-war. As co-showrunners, Georgie and Mandy often found themselves negotiating the balance between traditional TV storytelling and fresh, nuanced drama. Look, Georgie said, the last few episodes have built up so much tension. Mark's been keeping secrets, Claire's been pushing for honesty. The divorce can't just be a legal formality. It has to be a moment that shakes the audience to their core. Mandy nodded. What if we do it the way real couples do? Not a big shouting match, but something quieter, more devastating. Like Claire quietly leaving the house in the middle of the night, leaving a letter. The divorce papers come later, but the emotional separation happens here. Georgie smiled, liking the idea. I love that. It's subtle but impactful, and it sets the stage for the fallout episodes. The fans are watching. Outside the writer's room, the fan base had grown voracious and vocal. Online forums buzzed with theories, memes, and desperate pleas for spoilers. Mandy pulled out her phone, scrolling through the latest tweets. People want answers. They want to see the divorce happen, but they also want it to feel earned. If we just drop a bombshell episode without build-up, it'll feel cheap. Georgie sighed. It's a delicate dance. We have to satisfy our core viewers while keeping it fresh and unpredictable. They both knew that fans didn't just watch Tangled Vows for the drama. They watched for the authenticity. Claire and Mark's relationship reflected real-world complexities, and rushing the divorce could cheapen that. The network's perspective. A producer from CBS popped her head in, smiling tightly. Georgie, Mandy, just checking in. The mid-season finale is in 6 weeks. We need a major event. The ratings have been solid, but we want a spike. What's the plan with the divorce storyline? Georgie exchanged a glance with Mandy. We're working on it. The emotional separation happens next week, and the divorce filing will be the cliffhanger for the mid-season finale. The producer nodded. Sounds good. Just make sure it's something that gets people talking. As she left, Mandy whispered, pressure, on. Crafting the divorce episode. Back at the whiteboard, Georgie and Mandy started mapping out the scenes. They wanted the audience to feel every heartbreak, every hesitation, every unspoken word. What if we open with Claire packing a bag? Mandy suggested. We see her hands shaking, tears in her eyes, but no dramatic music, just silence. Georgie grinned. Then we cut to Mark, alone in the living room, staring at a photo of their wedding. He doesn't know she's leaving yet. That contrast will hit hard. They sketched out the scenes, Claire writing a letter, Mark finding it, the conversation that follows. No shouting, no accusations, just raw emotion and a palpable sense of loss. The writing process. Georgie and Mandy split the script duties, each writing scenes from their characters' perspectives. Georgie took Claire's chapters, diving deep into her internal conflict. Mandy wrote Mark's, exploring his guilt and confusion. Their collaboration brought a layered, textured narrative to the script. The dialogue was sharp but vulnerable. The silences between words said as much as the words themselves. The filming. When production began, the actors embraced the material with intensity. The lead actress playing Claire told Georgie, "This episode feels like a turning point, not just for Claire, but for everyone watching." The actor playing Mark added, "It's honest, it's painful, but it's real." Georgie and Mandy watched the dailies together, proud of how the story had translated to the screen. The aftermath. When the episode aired, the response was immediate and intense. Social media exploded with hashtags like Tangled Vows Divorce and Team Claire versus Team Mark. Fans praised the emotional authenticity. Critics hailed it as some of the best writing on network TV. Georgie and Mandy finally relaxed, knowing they'd hit the right note. Reflecting on the journey. A week later, over a late-night coffee in the studio's cafe, Mandy smiled. "You know, I was worried about rushing the divorce, but it feels like we found the perfect moment." Georgie nodded. "Yeah, sometimes it's not about when you make the move, but how, and I think we did it justice." Mandy laughed. "Here," to the messy, complicated, beautiful chaos of storytelling. Epilogue, what's next? With the divorce storyline now a central arc, Georgie and Mandy were already plotting the fallout. New alliances, unexpected betrayals, and the possibility of redemption. Their goal was clear. Keep the story real, keep it surprising, and keep the audience hooked. Because in television, like in life, some endings are just new beginnings.